Hey, this is Devin with Kast Gear. Today we're going to be tying a CDC Tickler. It's one of my all-time favorite attractor nymphs. First, we're going to take some rust brown UTC and tie it down the shank of the hook. Next, we're going to use some Coq de Leon for the tail fibers. Absolutely my favorite material to use for tails on flies. It's super strong, looks great, and just kind of gives the fly a really clean look. Tie that in and capture it up towards the bead here, like so, and we'll flip it back and capture it back down the shank. I do that just for durability and also to help create a good taper to this fly. Next step, we're going to take some small copper wire, tie that in starting behind the bead here, and work it down the shank of the hook towards those tail fibers. Bring our thread back up behind the bead, throw a whip finish in here, and then so I can use the rotary function on my vise. Then I'll rib the fly. Like so. Next step, we'll tie off our wire and helicopter it off. So moving on to the next step, we whip finish off our brown thread and switch to a UTC 120, oh my gosh, 140. In red. We'll take some shrimp pink UV eye stub. Put it on the thread here. And build ourselves a nice little dubbing ball behind the bead. So next step is I'll get this thread spinning so that it'll lay and open up flat. So we can take some pink CDC fibers and run them in our Pedagine tool. So first step, push the feather down into the tool like so, and trim off our ends. Then you take your clip, and that separates the fibers out. I take my scissors and run them down the stem. Now I take my bodkin and I flatten out my thread here around my finger so that it's easier to split. Like so. And I'll slide my CDC fibers in there. And I tend to slip just the tips in. I want the fibers to be nice and long. And then I give the bobbin a spin so it brings the tension back into the thread. Once I feel like it's nice and tight, I just grab the bobbin and pull down, and that spins those CDC fibers into the thread. Super durable, makes a non-bulky fly, and you've got a killer CDC soft hackle pattern. Once I do that, whip finish a couple of times so I've got that nice red hot spot behind the bead. Trim off my thread, and that is a CDC Tickler.